huge thanks to everyone who tunes in to Dr. VGP's podcast. We've received the YouTube Silver Play button for reaching 100,000 subscribers and counting. We sincerely thank you for being part of this wonderful journey with us. Click on the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to notify you with all our future podcast contents. Thank you again.
Hello and welcome to Dr. VGP Talk Show. We're here with the legendary Secretary of Agriculture, formerly from
1995 to 2001.
Right, during President Clinton's time.
Yes.
Secretary Dan Glickman. He's here with us. We are here at the Driving Forward Together at the 9th Annual Gala of the China General Chamber of Commerce, Chicago's convention at Hyatt Regency. Secretary Dan Glickman gave a very powerful address a few moments ago. So tell us, thank you for joining us. I know it's a brief time. Tell us about today's agriculture landscape in America.
Well, I think right now we're in somewhat uncertain times because of the tariffs that President, I can't even remember his name, but I know it's Trump. I wanted to forget it for a minute. But anyway, American agriculture is very resilient, and even though some crops have been hurt by these tariffs, particularly soybeans. Soybean exports are certainly down to China, which is our biggest purchaser. I'm hopeful that clearer heads will prevail. Agriculture desperately must be part of the global economy, and it's very important for the American farmer that markets are open so we're able to sell our products overseas.
Great. Now, recently there's been a huge outpour about the soybean product from America not being purchased by China. Yes. But recently President Xi and President Trump joined, and that's hopefully resolved. What are your comments on that?
Well, it's hopefully resolved, but we haven't seen any significant movement of soybeans yet. So we'll have to follow that. We have to hope that the agreement is honored. It does provide a significant amount of soybean sales to China, but we're going to watch and monitor to see that if China does honor that agreement.
Secretary Glickman, apart from soybean and corn, what are America's main crops?
Well, of course, in my part of the country, it's wheat. But we forget that the biggest part, a singular part of American agriculture, is fresh fruits and vegetables. So that's produce from California and Florida and Texas and other places. So we have a diversified economy. We produce a lot of different things, cotton, rice, alfalfa, a lot of products here.
Fantastic. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us. And you're concluding, where do you think today the world is getting closer about digital agriculture?
Well, there's no question that new technologies are going to help agriculture into the future. And we just have to make sure that those new technologies, digitalization, use of drones, precision agriculture, we just got to make sure that those benefits are available to all farmers, not just the very large and farmers of scale and size. And I think that if we do that, I think that will help the American farmer make a good living in the future.
Great. Thank you so much, Secretary of Agriculture, for joining us, and we'll look forward to meeting you soon.
Hello. Here we are with Elizabeth Zhang. Yeah. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah. Tell us about yourself, and let's talk about today's event.
I just received this year Women of the Year award, and I hope that this will help to address a global awareness about cultural exchanges and between not just between U.S. and China, but globally.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I see that today that they do have a forum on Asian American community inclusion and diversity. So why do you think it's very important to be having an inclusive community?
Well, I think as an Asian myself, and I'm also on the board for Asian Pop-Up Cinema, so we have movies for different Asian regions and countries, and I think that it's important to have our voice in Chicago and in the U.S. in general.
Okay. So you will be attending all the forums today
Yes.
and interacting with the dignitaries?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Anything you would like to say to our viewers?
Well, I hope that together we can build a better world together.
Exactly. Thank you so much, and it's a pleasure seeing you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, Elizabeth, you are an artist. Today's theme between US and China is driving forward together. Do you think the Chinese cultural aspect has got a big quotient and role to play in US-Chinese relations?
Oh, absolutely. I think as an artist, I believe there's no boundaries in art. So that's one of the first, I would say, or in the show steps for people-to-people connections. I hope that art can bring us together. Even politics may drive us apart, but as a human being, that art is a universal language. So we can all speak the same language in this
Great.
world.
Now, what brought you to the 9th Annual Gala of the China General Chamber of Commerce?
Well, I'm currently on the board for U.S.-China Friendship House, which is President Xi Jinping back in the 80s has stayed in this little town, Iowa, and now we're turning that to a museum. We hope to build more peoples-to-people connection.
Okay, what's your take on our current dynamic President Trump?
All the best to the U.S.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Elizabeth.
Thank you,
Ja,
Dr.
thank you
Ja.
so much. We have with us Richard Ringel from BDO, one of the rising accounting firms. You've heard of Deloitte & Touche, you've heard of PricewaterhouseCoopers, and here Richard Ringel is going to tell us what BDO does. It's headquartered right here in Chicago, and we are at the US-China Summit today, hosted by the China General Chamber of Commerce 9th Annual Gala at Hyatt Regency in Chicago. Richard, tell us a few words what BDO does.
Sure, thank you. Yes, so BDO, as you said, works in the same space as what we call the Big Four accounting firms, PwC, and we work, certainly today we're focused on our cross-border collaboration, our clients both locally that have parent companies abroad and also vice versa. So we work to provide a variety of accounting and tax services as well as consulting and advisory services.
Great. So how good it's been so far you've been at this summit? What's your outcome? What's your takeaway? How do you feel today?
Yeah, so far, this is my first time here. I know it's the 9th annual, but this is my first time attending. And so far, it's been an incredibly illuminating experience. I think you're getting a lot of different perspectives. Certainly, the panels are full of very intelligent and thoughtful individuals. So it's been very informational.
Great. Personally, tell us a few lines about yourself.
I'm a senior assurance matters manager, so I work in the audit practice, working primarily with privately held companies, working on financial statement audits. I've been with the firm for 9 years.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yep, this is my only job I've ever had out of college, so yeah, it's been great.
Great. Lovely having you. And where do you see yourself 5 years from now, Richard?
I have no plans to move. I'm hoping to stay with the firm and stay in Chicago.
Great. Thank you so much, Richard, for joining us, and wish BDO all the success and hope you take a lot of takeaways from this event today. Thank you so much.
Thanks for the time.
Thank you. Thank you. We're here with Mr. Jim Sutter, all the way from
St. Louis, Missouri.
St. Louis, Missouri. He is the Chief Executive Officer of the U.S. Soybean Export Council. Mr. Sutter, today soybean is the buzzword between U.S. and India. I mean, sorry, U.S. and China.
Hopefully U.S. and India in the future.
Great. Yeah.
Yes.
We are at the 9th U.S.-China General Chamber of Commerce Gala. Thank you for sparing your time to be here.
Yes.
Tell us today, what's the status of soybeans for the farmers? I know President Xi and President Trump recently met,
Yes.
and China has decided to rebuy soybeans, so the main exporter of soya beans is to China. Go ahead. Mr.
Yes, so
Jim.
soybeans are a large crop in the United States, and it's a very, very important international crop, a very important export crop. So we ship about 60% of the soybeans that are produced. Our number one market is China. So, of course, when the sort of blockade between China and the U.S. happened because of the tariffs, it was very concerning to our U.S. soybean farmers. So our farmers have been working hard to get it, sort of publicized, the issues that they're having. At the same time, our export council's been working hard to make sure we're shipping soybeans to other destinations.
Right.
And actually shipments to non-China destinations are up nicely this year.
Great.
But we need China. China's so big. They're the number one market.
Absolutely.
So we were so happy when the two presidents, President Xi and President Trump, talked about soybeans. It was on their agenda, and they agreed to restart the trading relationship. So we're now optimistic that this will happen and that we'll see these soybean trades taking place. We've already seen prices move up, so I think something's happening.
Great. Chief Sutter, you were in the midst, I think this must have been one of your biggest challenges as the
Yes.
CEO of the Soybean Export Council. How did you handle it? And what's the future? Where do you see light at the end of the tunnel today? Because all the farmers in America are depending on this Chinese deal to continue exporting soybeans to China.
Yes, so absolutely. So I think, a couple things. We've been in China a long time. Our organization's been doing work there since 1982.
Wow.
So 43 years. So we have a very long-term relationship. And in China, long-term relationships are important.
Yes.
So we didn't slow down. We didn't change. When there's a problem in the trade, we continue to run our programs in China. We continue to work on relationships. So that's something we will continue to do. And I think U.S. farmers can have optimism that we're going to continue to see growth in China. It's a big country, and even though the population's sort of flattening out, I believe that there's still going to be a lot of growth in demand because of the rising middle class and those kind of things. So I think the future is very bright. And we just need to work to make sure our presidents keep this deal going.
Yeah, absolutely. Jim Sutter, you have been a trailblazer. You have opened alternate markets
Yes,
for
we have.
soybeans.
Yes,
so
we
tell
have.
us something about that for the farmers. So it's great, encouraging news for all of us.
Yeah, so we don't just work on China. I know we talk about that a lot, but we work on We work on over 80 markets a year, and so some recent successes: Egypt, Bangladesh, Pakistan.
Wow.
You mentioned India.
Yeah.
We are hopeful that in this new trade agreement between India and the U.S., we will get a permanent window to be able to export soybean meal to India.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Jim. Well, what good news that is. There's going to be a new window between US and India for soya beans, and that's brought to you by the CEO of the US Soybean Export Council, Jim Sutter. Thank you, sir. Your final words to our viewers.
Thank you very much. Just small correction, soybean meal going to India, not whole soybeans.
Okay.
It might be some specialty food soybeans, but for commodities it would be the meal. And my
Fantastic.
optimistic words are, demand keeps growing. People want to eat more food, and food takes soybeans.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, we have Darren here from Hawk Robo, and we have some interesting gadgets here. He's going to tell us about it and what are the applications.
All right. Hello, everyone. This is Darren from Hot Robo, and we are here today at the CGCC Chicago 9th annual event. Here are some of our robot models. This is one of our largest model here, which you can see there's a robotic arms. There's also another mounted 360 degrees camera here in the front. So what we can do with this robot is we usually give that for public security usage, which we collaborate with a lot with the police department, law enforcement unit. Any further questions for us?
So basically for security?
Yep, for security.
Security. Okay, how about the next one?
This is our smallest model. It runs fast still. We usually mount some of the payload on the back of this dog. It could be a camera, it could be a sensor, and we also have net gun, which is used for police department. So when they're chasing a suspect, this net gun will be mounted on either one of these models, and then it will launch and catch a suspect. That's how they're used together.
And how fast can they go?
It's 5 to 10 miles per hour, fastest.
And it runs on batteries?
For the smaller one, it is around 2 hours. For a bigger one, it's 4 to 5 hours. But there's also a charging station for the bigger one, so it charges pretty fast, I would say.
Can you tell us about this?
Sure. So this one, you wear it on the head. You can try. And then you'll be able to see what this camera is recording here. And when you turn your it's not on right now, but when it's on, you're able to see the field that is captured by that camera. And when you turn your head around, that will also turn around as well. All right.
Are you local? Are you in Chicago?
So we are a company based in California. Our office is in Irvine, next to Los Angeles.
Okay. And you already have these products in the
Yep.
market?
We are already out to market.
Okay, very nice. And what is that one? It looks interesting.
So this one, it is a gun that we mounted usually on the middle dog with the wheels on it instead of legs. This one is also designed for police department, so when they are pulled over a car, they will use this to break the windows once they feel like the suspect inside the car is danger.
CO2. So one pellet will shatter the window, the next one will be tear gas. So the police officers are safe, the guy inside, nothing escalates. He's coming out.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much, and we hope you get like more customers for all your products.
All right.
Thank you for sharing with us. Thank you.
Thank you.
We are here with Neil Moffat. Neil Moffat is with Hawk Robo, and we are here at the 9th US-China Summit of the China General Chamber of Commerce. You've heard of artificial intelligence, robotics, that's the buzzword everywhere. Tell us what Hawk Robo does. We just seen the intro where So was showing Shree, our co-anchor, the different type of modules you're using for surveillance. Please tell our viewers more about it.
Well, we're excited about, AI is here now, and it's about safety. We have different use cases from cameras, surveillance, it's not all tactical, right? Proactive, bringing safety to could be hospitals, wherever, communities, and enhancing stuff, not putting people out of work, but repurposing them.
So you do for cities and municipal corporations, for traffic lights, police, public safety.
Municipalities, yep.
So tell us some of your products, what you have in the market today. We just saw David So explaining, but tell our viewers what it is.
So we have large distribution centers that are using our dogs for multiple purposes, healthcare, nursing homes, assisted living, anywhere from a SWAT to assisted living. It's really exciting.
So tell us, I'm basically a public health physician from the healthcare industry. Tell us how your products can be used in the nursing home and the hospitals.
Great question there. So from my mother-in-law of nursing homes, usually you have one nurse station. She can't leave the station. But we're putting a basket on one of our robots that can go get that medication and bring it back to you, right? So the medication's getting to the patient faster.
Fantastic. I think what we should do, Neil, we should have you on a separate podcast, 25 minutes, to talk about it. We're targeted to the healthcare industry.
Yeah.
Let's talk. You're headquartered here?
Irvine, California.
Irvine, you come all the way from California here.
Yep, to see you.
That's good. You're a great pitch, Neil Moffat. You're going to learn more about Hawk Robo. Listen, we're going to do a special podcast on them, and they're doing, especially to the healthcare industry, which is so important today 100%. With manpower, with lack of nurses. And we were recently visiting some rehab centers, nursing homes, and there's inadequate care today. And robot would be the answer. Yeah. How affordable it is?
Very affordable, and there's room for growth. But say, for example, you're picking healthcare. Okay. Passionate to me, my mother-in-law, dementia, broken hip, and assisted living.
Yeah, absolutely. You got it. Neil is the answer to the healthcare problems today, and you're going to learn more about from Neil and Hawk Robo from the VGP podcast very soon. Thank you for joining us, Neil. Thank you.
The doctor's got a big grip.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ready? Hello, it's Shree Gurusamy again. Here we have Hong Liu from MAHA, an organization that provides services to the Chinese American community here in Chicago. Let's talk to her and find out about her services.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Hong Liu. I'm an executive director of the Midwest Asian Health Association. It's a non-for-profit organization serving immigrants and refugees in Chicago. And then we provide a lot of services, including mental health, substance abuse prevention, and then the most recent program that we developed, initiated, is the food pantry.
Okay.
You know, right now a lot of people are scared of losing the SNAP benefits.
Right.
So our food pantry open 2 days a week in Chinatown. First, the food pantry service center in Chinatown. So we have customers and residents come to pick up food, and especially that during the current political environment.
Okay. You mentioned mental health services. So one thing that comes to my mind is in the Asian American community, there's a lot of stigma about accessing mental health service. So how do you approach that? How do you create the awareness in the community so people will feel free to come and get the services?
Very good comment. Yes, the mental health is very underestimated, under-addressed health issues, especially among Asian population. And we have been doing a lot of social media awareness promotion and to help people to reduce the stigma and feel comfortable to approach us. We have a mental health clinic. It's licensed by the state of Illinois. And then we try to remove the barriers and also remove the language and the cultural barriers to get people to our center. And all our counselors are bilingual.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, I think the language makes a big difference when they can speak their own native language. You mentioned the food pantry in Chinatown. Do you have any in the suburban area?
No, right now we only have one in Chinatown.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, very glad to hear about the services you are providing the Asian American community, and I'm very happy to meet you. Today, what do you look forward to in this conference here in Chicago?
Yeah, I came here to network with people and finding resources to help my organization and find partners.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Thank you again, and enjoy your conference today. Thank you.
Hi, I'm working with Global Eye Magazine. Would you like to introduce yourself and your company?
Sure. Hi, my name is Michael Edgar. I'm with Select Global. We help with different companies for inbound market entry and help them set up operations in the United States.
Neat. What's one of your latest projects?
One of our latest projects is we're working with a company called Intbot that's here at this event for the General China Chamber of Commerce, introducing their hospitality humanoid robot.
Oh, nice. What are you hoping to accomplish in general here at this event?
At this event with Intbot, we're looking at market awareness. We're also showing people how a robot with an LLM component can actually work as a concierge and help answer questions to alleviate front desk work in luxury hotels around the world.
Awesome.
We're here today with Governor Gary Locke, the first Asian American governor in the whole of America, the 21st governor of Washington. You were Secretary of Commerce, and he was the U.S. ambassador to China. Could you tell us one line of each? I know, thank you so much, Governor Locke, for joining us today. I know you're very busy, but tell our viewers, how was it first to be the first Asian American governor?
Well, it was a great honor, and I had my success is really because of the support that I received from the entire Asian American community from across America, but also the Asian American population in my state of Washington was less than 5%. So I ran on the issues not only of concern to Asian Americans, Chinese Americans, but everyday Americans. You know, we care about crime, we want jobs, we want good education for our children, and so I spoke to those issues which were on the minds of everyday people in the state of Washington, and that's how I was able to win.
Awesome. And from there you served as Secretary of Commerce for this great country. Which year was that?
Well, that was under President Obama from 2009 to 2011, and then he asked me to become the U.S. ambassador to China. So that was from 2011 until 2014.
Great. Tell us, when you were Secretary of Commerce, what were the greatest accomplishments you did?
Well, we had a lot of projects at the Department of Commerce, including the 2010 census, which was very troubled when I took over. We also had to focus on helping American companies sell more of their products and services overseas.
Wow.
Because we had a motto that the more American companies export, the more they make. The more they make, the more workers they need and that means jobs for the American people.
You just heard Governor Locke, you heard Secretary Locke, now we'll hear from Ambassador Locke. What did you achieve? It was a very crucial years in U.S.-China relations, 2011 to 2014.
Well, we were able to achieve more Chinese investment into the United States, creating jobs for the American people here, but also increasing exports from America to China, which then creates more jobs for the American people
Very
here as well.
Said.
Yeah.
Sir, you have so much experience. Today you're with the U.S.-China Summit at the China General Chamber of Commerce 9th Annual Gala. It's really an honor to have you here and share your views and thoughts. What's next for Governor Locke, Ambassador Locke, Secretary Locke? You're still young and vibrant, full of energy, and the nation must make the best use of you.
Well, I'm just contributing and supporting good candidates and helping on projects in our local communities. I'm very concerned about what's happening in Washington, D.C., and people all across the country may feel somewhat powerless to influence what's happening in D.C. But we can certainly influence what's happening in our own communities, whether it's volunteering in the schools or helping people who are homeless and cleaning up the environment and making sure that our schools are good.
You heard Ambassador Locke give some brilliant words of wisdom. Sir, where do you reside now?
I live in Seattle, Washington.
Seattle, and what do you do? I mean, do you have a foundation, a forum? How do you get your ideas across to the masses?
Well, I still am very active in government affairs, local politics, and but I'm semi-retired and trying to enjoy life at the same time.
Great.
All right,
Secretary Locke, we must be together, and I'll get your cell number. It's fantastic. Thank you. You're amazing.
All right.
I think the best is yet to come from you, sir. We're not done yet. Thank you. We are here with William Tong, the Attorney General of Connecticut, at the U.S.-China Summit at the China General Chamber of Commerce 9th Annual Gala at Hyatt Regency, Chicago. So welcome to Chicagoland. Thank you for coming all the way and joining us from Connecticut. And tell us, are you the first Asian American Attorney General in the country?
No, I'm not. So I'm gonna put it back on you. Who do you think the first Asian American was to serve as an Attorney General in this country?
I have no idea.
Kamala Harris.
Wow, Kamala Harris from California. My elder sister Kamala Harris. She's from my home country, Tamil Nadu, from India.
Yes,
I think that's
she was the first.
Yes.
So I'm the first Chinese American elected as Attorney General.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Attorney General Wong?
Tong.
T-O-N. So Attorney General Tong, you gave such a powerful address in the Asian American Forum which just concluded today. Tell us, our viewers, we have 2 million viewers in Chicagoland, mostly Asian Americans, and 38 million across the world. So tell us, what is today the number one, if we are asked one thing from the Asian American community in USA to stand up for, what would that be?
Yeah, to stand up for yourselves and lean into our stories. All of us share this beautiful story. My parents came here with nothing. They opened a Chinese restaurant, and in one generation, I went from working in a Chinese restaurant with my parents to being the 25th Attorney General of the state of Connecticut.
Wow, what a phenomenal story. You just heard from the Attorney General Tong that he worked in a Chinese restaurant, and today he's the 25th Attorney General of Connecticut. I mean, it's something fantastic. Now, what is the biggest challenges you face as the Attorney General?
Well, in my work, of course, we're trying to protect Connecticut residents who are routinely getting ripped off and cheated, especially by big companies like the opioid and addiction industry. If you ask me as an Asian American, what is the challenge? The challenge is we still don't have enough political power. There aren't enough of us raising our hands and saying, I want to get involved, I want to run for office, who see value in public service. So we got to get more people standing up and doing this work.
Absolutely. Attorney General Tong, it's been wonderful speaking to you. We must have you on my podcast, a 25-minute session. I would get your contact info because we are proud of you, and your story has to be told to the whole world. Thank you, Attorney General Tong. Thank you so much. Welcome. We are having a brief podcast. It's breaking news today to meet the most happening Hawk Robo. The CEO of Olive, Shang, who's also a CPA, is with us, and the Vice President of Business Development, Neil Moffat, who you've seen earlier. Now, Oliver, tell us what made you start this company and what is it all about?
It was actually pretty natural, like a group of professionals get together, had that meeting, and then we were all thought first of all, our previous experience are in robotics itself, video-based AI, vehicle, electrical vehicle, and communication. Well, these are perfect ingredients for today's robotics and AI. And then we have experience globally and as well as here in North America. We know the market, what they need. Why not just use what we already have, solve some real-world problem with the latest AI and robotics technology? That was the...
Yeah. Oliver, you're on the right time. We hear so much about robotics, and we have Neil Moffat, who had already earlier spoken about the utility value of, he calls the little robots dogs. And he was saying in the healthcare industry, there could be a transforming change. Neil, could you tell us about your products and how they can become of great value and where human resources are scarce, and how the robots could take over and add value to the delivery of good, affordable health care?
Yeah, well, I'm glad you said that. I was almost going to correct you. It's not take over. We want to enhance and bless what's going on.
Exactly.
Where he was talking about the perfect, so we want to bring value. We're not putting people out of business.
Absolutely.
We want to bring health, compassion to our workers, our engineers, and our customers. And it's just going to thrive from there. But we have a passion. Oliver, we've hit it from day one. And, we're giving back through incubator, training. We want to train the next generations to let this go on and on.
Thank you, Neil. Oliver, I heard you in the panel earlier at the US-China Summit, where we are at Hyatt Regency, Chicago, at the Chicago General Chamber of Commerce 9th Annual Gala, where you talked about Chicagoland becoming the center of AI. Now, you have this wonderful company, Hawk Robo. Tell us, how do you conceive? Because I think what Neil just explained to us about using robos in the healthcare delivery system, like even nurse orderlies and getting medications in. Not only it says human resource cost, but efficiency would be there. So give us a little spiel on how you envisage Chicago, where you're here today. I know you're from Sunnyvale, California, but Chicago, how did you make that profound statement on the panel?
Well, it's all because of this wonderful gentleman named Pin Lee. He's always been my idol, not only in the business itself. His company was mechanical engineering auto parts.
Mechanical engineering and auto
which
parts.
Actually my education background was also mechanical engineering. And then we all know the auto industry was in Detroit, in this area, in the Great Lakes area. And I'm not surprised with his success, not only in the business itself, but also in the U.S.-China relationship. That will make, we see that Chicago has the ground, has the condition. So there's a people's willingness, which is the first. And then here in the U.S., we're not lack of anything else, right? We have capital, we have technology, we have talents. The only thing is, let's have that vision. When that vision is driven by people like him and the support, of the local government, I think it would definitely will happen.
I mean, Oliver, you hit the nail here, saying how Chicago, being Midwest and Central and centric, could be a AI hub of excellence with Pin Lee, who's the most distinguished business leader, the founder president of the China General Chamber of Commerce, who has this vision to bring the summit to life together. And today, we are indeed very happy that you are heading the manufacturing and auto engineering to come to field. I would strongly, as I was talking to Neil earlier, that we should have Hawk Robo make Chicago a hub, and we'd love to work with you, the Global Strategic Alliance, and I'd like to introduce you to our fellow congressmen who are coming today and other people who would be key stakeholders and making this happen. You have an excellent Vice President of Business Development, Neil Moffat. In your absence, he said, I want Oliver to speak, not me. So we had to wait for you, but Neil laid the pathwork of us working together, and as the theme today says, driving forward together. Neil, closing remarks.
Drop the mic. You nailed it. Working together.
Thank you all so much. We will soon see Hawk Robo to different end verticals. We'll start with the hospitals, the nursing homes, and we'll have demonstrations. We've talked to Neil and Oliver, and we'll have a special space in Chicagoland. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. We are excited to have in our midst Mike Walter. He is a celebrity of celebrities, CGTN anchor from Washington, D.C., 5 times Emmy Award winner, who's going to be the anchor tonight at the 9th Annual Gala of the China General Chamber of Commerce. Sir, it's wonderful to have you. I love the way you dress. We've been a fan of yours for the longest time. Tell us, Mike, what brought you here to Chicago today? What motivated you? And who?
So it wasn't that long ago that I was here in Chicago. I went to Wanchong Automotive and I interviewed Pin Ni, and I've known Pin Ni for quite some time. I've been on panels with him in the past, and obviously I care deeply about U.S.-China relations. He extended the invitation, and I'm excited to be here tonight and be visiting with all the folks here in Chicago.
It's really an honor to have you headline our event tonight at the gala. We are from the Global Eye magazine, which reaches 42 million households, including 38 million in India, 2 million in America, and 2 million in China. And tell us what today media is playing a vital role in the governance of America. Give us your candid on-camera remarks first.
Well, I've got to say CGTN, and CGTN is the most important media. It's interesting, though. I do feel like what we do, and probably what you do, is basically cast a lens on the globe. And I think all too often here in the United States, that it's a much more narrow focus. A lot on the White House, a lot on President Trump, and a lot of like events that happen over and over and over again. But I think, when you look at what's happening in the world, relationships with countries like India, you look at climate change, you look at all these issues that are out there that are really top center, and I don't think we're covering them enough, so that's why I really am pleased where I'm at, and I'm sure you're doing much the same sort of thing.
Chief, you said some very incredible remarks. Now, today in the President Trump's cabinet, you see, never in the history has been so many media personals and anchors in the cabinet. What is your remarks on that?
I think that,
Did you ever imagine that a TV anchor like yourself could have a high-ranking government cabinet position?
First of all, I don't want that job. Thank you if you want to extend the invitation. I feel like, I think that journalists are kind of specialists when it comes to like general news. Like we know a lot of different little things, but being really specific and knowing specific things, I don't think we're that strong at it. So my thought is, it's probably not the best place for media people to be, but it's Trump's cabinet. He can pick whoever he wants. So
we just have with us State Representative LaShawn Ford, and State Representative LaShawn Ford has served the Illinois General Assembly for 20 years. He is the chairman of the Higher Education Appropriations Committee. He is also the Democratic candidate for the 7th Congressional District, who is taking over the retiring seat from Danny Davis, who has served U.S. Congress for 30 years. And State Representative Ford has been anointed by Congressman Danny Davis to take a seat. State Representative Ford, you're meeting a 5-time Emmy Award winner, anchor of CGTN in Washington, D.C., Mike Waller.
Oh,
it's all
Mike,
yours.
It's all mine.
Yes, yes.
What is it like in America today from your perspective?
Oh my goodness, that's the toughest question anybody could ask. It's kind of a wild ride, isn't it? I feel like I'm at an amusement park and it's a roller coaster. Each day is kind of a new adventure, and especially in Washington, D.C., it's really tough to stay on top of all the different developing stories. But at least the government's getting back to work, so I can get a flight back to Washington, D.C. My flight was canceled, but now I've got a flight for tomorrow, so at least as long as things are going the way they are, that's a good thing.
You know what I always look at? I look for winners and losers. There's always winners, there's always losers. Who are the winners and losers in the big, ugly bill?
Oh, that's a really good question. Well, obviously, the biggest winner in the big, ugly bill would be the Republican Party. I mean, they shoved it through. They didn't need the Democrats to do it. The losers, I think that's going to take time before it kind of shakes out. And I think that's the problem with big legislation like this. It kind of slowly makes its way into the marketplace. And so the ripple effect, I don't think will be known maybe until next year. And at that time, I think we're going to see some losers, don't you?
I do. You know, what I hope is that we continue to maintain our democracy. I mean, some people say that we're losing our democracy. Do you think our democracy is at risk?
I think what we're losing in America, and it makes me sad, I grew up in Los Angeles. My first job in broadcasting was in a small town in Arkansas, and you can't have more culture shock than going from LA to small town Arkansas. But I saw the people there and the values that they held and what kind of people they are. And I think what's missing, on the East Coast and I think on the West Coast, we don't spend enough time in places like this. We don't come to Illinois. We don't go to Wisconsin. We don't go to Arkansas and Oklahoma. We need to. And I think because of that, they talk about blue and red states. I think we're getting further and further apart. And I think we've got to have dialogue, and I think we've got to get back to sitting at the table. Maybe we don't get along, but we share a beer or a cup of coffee, and we talk. And that's what's missing, and I think social media is driving that, and it's just an attempt to make everybody angry at each other, and I think that's a problem in this country. I think that's the biggest problem.
So 2 more questions, not tough at all. You're in Chicago. What are the highlights of Chicago?
I used to say the highlight in Chicago was my daughter, because she lived here in Wicker Park. And I think one of the things that I will say that I love about Chicago is that there are neighborhoods. And it's so unique because everywhere else in America you go, it seems like it's cookie cutter neighborhoods. They all look the same. But Chicago's got that vibrant feel to it. You go here, it's one feel. You go there, it's another feel. And of course, the hot dogs.
The hot dogs. And the final question, I want you to break the news here today. Something that you never told someone about you. Give us a secret right now that you can surprise the world about you.
Okay, I haven't told everyone this, and I'm not going to tell the audience, but I'm fighting a sinus infection, and I hope I don't sound all clogged up when I get up on stage today. That's my biggest fear.
All right, you heard it here first. We're right here live in Chicago. Let's turn it back over to our host, Dr. VJ.
State Rep LaShawn Ford. Right, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Hello, I'm with Global Eye Magazine, and I'm here with Representative Sean Ford. Would you like to say some words?
I am so excited to be here, and I want to congratulate the Chairman Penny on this annual event. It's amazing to see so many people come to Chicago to celebrate business and the connections in America with the Chinese community. So I'm excited to be here, and I look forward to all of the people getting their awards. Congratulations to them, and congratulations on a fantastic event.
Awesome. What are your goals here? What are you hoping to see here? It's a beautiful place.
Yeah, I hope that people make connections. This is about making connections with people and have international and local relationships to help grow our economy in America and globally.
Awesome, awesome. You don't mind talking a little about yourself? What are you about?
Well, I'm a state representative right now for the last 18 years, and now I'm running for Congress of the 7th Congressional District, taking Congressman Denny K. Davis's position, and he's actually endorsing me to take his place.
Man, those are some hefty boots to fill.
You know Congressman Davis.
I do. What are you hoping? What are you hoping to do in office?
Well, I hope that we continue to grow our relationships and strengthen our relationships with China. I mean, we have to make sure that we do everything that we can for America and China to have strong relationships and ties. We have new generations of Americans, and we have to do what we can so our Generation Z could be connected, not in America to those in China. We have to end the division and end the fighting and unite as a human race.
Wise words. Thank you for your time so much. All right. Hello, I'm here representing Global Eye Magazine. Tell me a little about yourself.
So I'm Jason Friedman. I am a fourth generation Chicagoan. My great-grandfather started as a peddler on Maxwell Street. My grandfather had a hot dog stand here. That's a very Chicago thing. My dad and I were the early pioneers of the River North submarket. So my wife and I raised our 3 great kids here and our 2 crazy dogs. I love Chicago. I'm Chicago through and through.
Awesome, awesome. What you hoping to do here at the Global Congressional Gala for free?
Yeah. So how about this? I was invited by a lot of my friends that are within the Chinese community here. Chinatown's a really important part of the city of Chicago and our urban fabric. I have a lot of friends that are there and a lot of colleagues, especially with me being in real estate. There's a number of real estate folks that are there as well.
You're running for the 7th Congressional District, right?
Yes, sir.
What are you hoping to do?
Yeah, so I started my career in Washington, D.C. A lot of people don't know that about me. My first love was in public service. I went to Georgetown for law school. I worked for Senator Durbin on Judiciary Committee. And then I was in the Clinton White House and I worked for Rahm Emanuel. So I'm really hoping to get Chicago's swagger back. I really want someone to go back to Chicago, go back to Washington, D.C., and really represent this amazing, great city. Tell our story the way we want to tell our story, not the way that others want to tell it for us.
Man, that's great. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Pleasure.
Hello everyone, this is Shree Gurusamy from Global Eye magazine. I have a young Chinese American here, Benjamin Liang, a French graduate from Chicago, and I'm going to talk to him about this event that we are at, the China General Chamber of Commerce 9th Annual Gala. What does this event mean to you, being a Chinese American who was raised in Chicago?
As a Chinese American raised in Chicago, this event, this collaboration of Chinese from China and Americans from America and Chinese Americans that bridge the gap has been truly a sight to behold. We have so many intelligent, eloquent, passionate people working together to put together the intelligence of China and the intelligence of America all together and push the entire world forward. It's truly amazing.
Yes. And I do see about 800 people here attending this grand event, and they had a lot of forums this afternoon on AI and Asian American community and agriculture. How important are these issues in this current global economy?
Oh my God, that's a hard question. Obviously, these are very important things. Artificial intelligence is arguably the future. If it replaces humans, and within 20 years, I wouldn't be surprised. Agriculture is always going to be important. More importantly, though, the fact that Americans and Chinese are working together, not apart, not against, but together on these issues, these important developments. That's what's really cool. I've seen innovative Chinese displays of technology, of AI, just today that I've never even dreamt of before. I've seen representatives from America listening, taking it in, and that's the best thing I could hope for at a gala like this.
Yeah, being an Asian American myself, I can relate to this because there's so much of talent and innovation all over the world, and if we can all collaborate and cooperate with each other, I think we can make this world a better place. And like you said, there were some amazing presenters, and like the robot that we just saw upstairs, they can use the technology to innovate and advance all the global companies all over the world. And any final words for us?
I guess that ultimately this gala is just one of the coolest things I've seen personally, like not even taking into account the broader scope. Just as a young kid who liked robots and technology as a kid and who's studying it in school even now, it's just cool. It's really awesome to see it all. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, thank you.
Happy to be here.
Thank you so much, Benjamin, and good luck to you. Thank you. Hi, I have Amanda here from the Arts Center in Bridgeport. Let's ask her about her organization.
Wonderful, thank you. Yeah, my name is Amanda. I run the Joby Art Center in Bridgeport. We're a large art center where we support a lot of resident artists and have 40 different resident artist studios, a lot of very talented people in the building that create different art. We also have large gallery and event spaces, so if you're looking for anywhere to go, please stop by. We host regular community events too and open our doors to the public to come experience art and see it in a whole new way. So we love that.
What brings you here to this wonderful gala today? And is this your first time?
Yes, this is my first time here. We're here to support some of the local businesses and some different people, and with Ho-Han who's running. So very excited to be here today, especially with it being the first time. Is it your first time as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So one more time, if you can give us the name of your art center so our viewers, if they can check it out.
Yeah. First time. It's the Joby Art Center in Bridgeport at 1029 West 35th Street. So please come and visit us and take a look.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And have a good time. Yeah, thank you.
Well, friends, here we have Mr. Pin Ni, the founder of the China Central Chamber of Commerce at the 9th Annual Gala. Sir, you did an historic event today from the Agriculture panel, the AA panel, the importance of Asian American. Pin Ni is the man of the hour. We'd like to hear you, our viewers would like to hear what brought this event together.
So you're making me nervous.
No.
So our members who really commit to support our community had made this happen. And we're very happy that we have a lot of people here, and like Dr. BJ, and also Representative Ford. And that shows how dynamic our community is. And we're stay together, we're fight together, and tonight our theme is let's driving forward together.
Yes. Representative Ford, your questions.
Well, driving forward together. And tell me, why is this important? 15 years, I think.
Yeah. We feel that the community need to have a voice. And this is the time for us to make our voice. So we get everybody together, everybody can make their, voice. And this has turned out to be a very strong voice now.
So what would you like to be the outcome of today's event?
Oh, we just want a few things. One is that we want a healthy U.S.-China relationship, that business can be in a position that we can really grow the business and invest in the community and help, to build our future. So that's number one. Number two is obviously as an Asian American or Chinese American community that, in today's environment, we want to have a hope, not hate.
Hope, not hate. You sound like Jesse Jackson.
In fact, I think Congressman Jackson is going to be here today as well.
That's great. I want to thank you for all you do for Chicago and for the people in the United States, helping bridge the gap and the understanding between cultures.
Yes, and we want to be the bridge, we want to be the OSIS, and we want to be the ChatGPT.
Well, thank you very much, and I look forward to the outcomes of this year's 15th annual event.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Senator Kathleen from Nevada, who made their wonderful vote to keep the government open. Senator, your remarks, and we have Representative Ford here also. Would like you to say a few words.
Well, first of all, it is a pleasure to be here. So appreciate the opportunity to talk to so many incredible individuals who care about our Chinese American businesses. The Chamber of Commerce here in Chicago is fantastic. I work closely with our chambers in Nevada. I'm the senator from Nevada, and I hope that we can continue to work on issues that matter to our businesses.
Senator, all of us Americans salute you for that brave vote which opened up the government shutdown. We really say, bow to you. It was people like you, visionary, thinking about the people of America. We'd like to say, what drove you to make that?
Well, listen, making sure that we are lifting everybody up, and we're actually fighting for our small businesses and entrepreneurs and everybody across the country. That's how we should be working together to make sure we're solving problems and not creating them.
Fantastic. Representative Ford, he's running for Danny Davis's seat, anointed from 7th Congress, has a few questions to ask of this wonderful person of the year.
Thank you for being in Illinois. So you're here in Illinois, you're in Chicago. What do you look forward to seeing in Chicago?
Well, first of all, let me just say your two senators are phenomenal, right? Dick Durbin, Tammy Duckworth. They're wonderful friends of mine, but they're hard workers, and they care about Illinois, they care about the people here, and they are advocates every single day. So I enjoy working with them. And for me, I just love Chicago. On the ride over here, I was asking one of the locals, where do you get the best pizza? And that's a loaded question at times, right? I know, and I'm not going to say what they said, but there's things here that I just enjoy. I enjoy Chicago so much.
So I'm sure this isn't your first visit.
No, this is not. This is one of many that I've had, and that's why I like coming back here. I have my favorite haunts. I love to come to Chicago. be near the water is just absolutely beautiful.
Well, we're happy to have you here. Could you tell us something about you that no one else in the world knows?
Yeah, I will tell you this. Most people don't know, and one of the reasons why I like to come here is I'm from the desert. We don't have a lot of water. I was born and raised in Las Vegas. Most people don't even realize that people are born there. It's a beautiful state. It's a beautiful place.
Well, you know I'm a Democrat, and I love for people to spend money so we can tax and spend, huh?
Well, listen, it's about actually working to grow our economy and create jobs.
Thank you very much. You're wonderful. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Senator, from here, where do you go? What's the next move for this wonderful woman of excellence, woman of action, woman of integrity, today's America's woman?
I'm going to make it very easy. I'm going to go out and talk to everyone.
Thank you so much.
Have a great evening.
Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much.
State representative in the state of Illinois for 17 years, LaShawn Ford.
Fantastic.
And so introduce yourself to the people.
I'm Ro Khanna. I represent Silicon Valley in Congress. A huge friend and friends with Jonathan Jackson. I represent Chicago and here to talk about the trip I recently took to China and building a stronger partnership with countries around the world.
A partnership. You know, I think this is what this event is about tonight. Building relationship collaboratives to have global relationships. What do you say?
I think that's right. Look, we have serious challenges with China, obviously competition with Taiwan and AI, but we also have to build alliances with people in Asia and figure out how we have peaceful coexistence.
Is it possible?
I do. I believe it's possible. We have to. They're two huge powers. We have to have peaceful coexistence.
So you were able to get the government to reopen. Is that something that America should be rejoicing, or should America be worried?
America needs to be worried about the Affordable Care Act subsidies. Healthcare premiums are going to spike, and people are really hurting. And so we need to make sure that we get national health insurance in America, that we take on this challenge of private insurance ripping off Americans.
So what's next for you? I mean, you know, a good-looking man like you, hard-working, smart. What's next?
We got to get Hakeem Jeffries to be Speaker. That's what's next. We got to win back the House. I know you're running.
You know, that would be great to get Hakeem Jeffries to be the Speaker. But I know that you have ambition. We all do. If you're elected and you don't want to serve more people, then there's something wrong with you, right?
That's a good idea line, and I'm going to be working to build a majority and then having my ideas on economic patriotism around the country.
My congressman is Danny K. Davis. Could you tell me something good about Danny Davis?
He served a long time with dignity.
That's right. Well, it's great. It looked like he's here now. The Moses is here. He's right here. He's walked in the room. The man with dignity has walked in the room. And let's get Hakeem Jeffries elected.
Love it.
Thank you. I mean, my goodness, you're back right now from Washington, and I'm happy to be right here at this event. What is Chinatown? What does China mean to Chicago?
Well, it's not really just Chinatown. Chinatown is an anchor of a large Asian population that is integrated throughout Chicago, throughout the metropolitan area. Chinatown itself, which is a tourist attraction, but it's really much more than that. It is a vibrant community of individuals who are very patriotic, individuals who are delighted to be a part of the American scene, individuals and their families who are delighted to be a part of the greatest nation on the face of the earth and to live in the United States of America. And so I've been fortunate to represent that area for more than 20 years as their representative in Congress. I'm amazed at how energetic people are and how unified people are in the area. You know, some communities, if you go in, you got different categories of things and different categories of people. You go to Chinatown, you're subject to see many of the same people at every kind of event that there is. Whether it's an event that social service agencies and directors like Castle, we were with Castle last week at a town hall talking about the problems that existed with ICE. And of course, business people were there just as ordinary citizens. The same thing, for example, tonight, I've run into individuals who had a Chamber of Commerce event. They're not business people or they're not business owners, but they are just as interested in what's going on here as if they were business owners. So it's a wonderful, wonderful environment. I'm delighted to be a part of it. And so Chinatown is an integral part of the area that I represent, just like I do Little Italy. We call it Little Italy. It's an Italian-American community, a Ukrainian village. It's a community where many individuals who come from Ukraine live. And of course, Bronzeville, black community, the heart and soul of Chicago. So it's wonderful.
Now, you are going to endorse me to take the spot of the 7th Congressional District. What's the wisdom you give me so that I could make sure that I leave no stone unturned, make sure that this community is not left behind? What's the wisdom for me to pick the ball up and keep going?
Learn to speak Chinese.
Oh my God. Learn to speak Chinese. That's the best you could give me?
Yeah, bro. You know, Mandarin, let me tell you, being able to communicate, you know, some of the meetings I attend, nothing is spoken in English until it's my time to talk.
I got my work cut out for me.
So you got your work cut.
Thank you for endorsing me to represent the people in the Asian community.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here with you and all the rest of these wonderful people and my colleague from California.
All right, here we are right now. I haven't met you. This is the first time I've met you, and I got an opportunity to interview you. But I know that you are a business person, and you contribute to our economy. Who are you?
So my name is Steve Schomburger. Congratulations to B on your impending election.
Oh, yeah.
I know who you are.
Oh, good. That's good.
And I know you're going to be replacing Danny Davis, who I just walked away.
Yeah.
And I'm friends with Pin, as we all are. I've been in the insurance field with NFP, Global Insurance Rep, for the last 32 years. And I'm honored and excited to be here for my 3rd year with Pin.
That's great. So what do you expect out of this 15th annual event tonight, this gala of a lot of people here tonight celebrating the 15th annual gala?
Well, I'm very concerned about China-U.S. relations. PIN spans both China and the U.S. If anybody can bring China and the U.S. together, it can be PIN. So I'm optimistic that PIN and some of the global leaders who have come here can help bridge China relations with the United States.
Well, he's a great leader. Penn is a great leader, and the sight here tonight tells me that people want to see success between the Chinese community, the Asian community, and America.
Well, it's important for the prosperity of the world, so I concur.
So what's the biggest challenge that we face with this problems that we're seeing with the relationships between the United States and China, besides Trump?
Well, I think that both China and the U.S. are playing to their domestic audiences. They're not really talking to each other. They're both talking China to the people that are in China, U.S. to people in charge of the U.S. They're not talking and working with each other. I'm hoping that will change.
Well, I'm so happy that you're here, and Chicago. Just tell us something that you love about Chicago and the world should know.
Well, right now, for the first time in many years, both the Chicago Bulls, Chicago Blackhawks, and Chicago Bears all have winning records. I'm hopeful that they might end up in the playoffs altogether.
All right, since you brought that up, now it's up to you to make some predictions. Is there any one of those teams that you predict to be champions in 2026?
No.
Well, you heard it here. No hope here for our Chicago teams. Thank you very much. Enjoy your evening.
Hi, I'm with Global Eye Magazine. Would you like to say some words about yourself?
I'm an anesthesiologist, pain physician. I'm a friend of Congressman Danny Davis and also Han Huang. I was invited to come here to network and celebrate this event.
Good time to celebrate, isn't it?
Yeah.
So many Chinese people, so many Americans. What are you hoping to accomplish here?
I'm just here to make friends. Honestly, have a good time, make some friends, and I know Dr. VJ. We know each other for a long time, so
could always use more friends. You said you're an anesthesiologist. What are you working on?
I have different projects. I work with hospitals. I have my own business. Everything I have is in Chicago region. I have about 100 employees in the Chicagoland.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Sure, thank you.
I'm here live with the congressman of the what district?
1st Congressional District of Illinois.
What's your name?
Congressman Jonathan L. Jackson.
Are you like a prince of America?
No, I'm honored to be here. Great to be back at this auspicious occasion. I appreciate your service and your work, and this is a fantastic event. I hope more people continue to come out and support.
So it's the 9th annual, and I think that it bridges the gap between America and China, and it builds relations in China. It builds relationships with China in Chicago. What's the greatest challenge between China and America?
Well, making sure that the relationship stays people to people. Governments can get in the way and there can be misunderstandings, but the Chinese people contribute a lot, have contributed to the United States economy, the growth, the culture. And you know the history of Frederick Douglass when there was the Anti-Chinese Immigration Act. He spoke up for that in the late 1800s. So there's been a long relationship, a history, African Americans and the Chinese community. They had forced labor in the United States. They built the railroads. They were also rounded up in internment camps during the time of the war. And they were accused of being espionage and all other sort of negative language. And they've been steadfast and they contributed so much. So I'm glad that we continue to put the emphasis people to people. Let's let the governments get out of the way, and let's continue to foster and nurture this great relationship and foster our cultures together.
Well, I can't let this night go by without you telling us something special about your father, how he's been great for the nation of China, great for the relations between China and America.
Well, my father is Reverend Jesse Jackson. He is now recovering. He's doing much better. I thank so many people for their prayers and all the well-wishers that have come out. But he recognizes the beauty of the Chinese people. And if you look at the population, you know that he's oftentimes laughed, God must really love China because he made so many Chinese. He's blessed them with an abundant population. He's blessed them with abundant resources, culture, and talent. If you look at it, it's one of the oldest cultures that has ever graced the human race. And so we have so much to learn from China. And let us keep fostering, developing, and bringing people together. And we will continue to be able to look what they can do in Africa. He's been so impressed with the Chinese commitment to Africa, to their development. We've gone to Africa now for the last 40 years together. And if you look at the investments they're making in Africa and how Africa is growing, that is something that gives him enormous delight.
Well, America and the world is greater and better because of the Jackson family. And right here we have a prince of America, someone that we should be proud of. Thank you very much. Enjoy your evening.
And thank you for your service.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Hello, everybody. We're here with the Acting Consul General of People's Republic of China in Chicago. Madam, could you introduce yourself? And you're the first lady Consul General of China in Chicago. We're so happy. We saw you speak so well on the stage. We are here at the Chicago China General Chamber of Commerce 9th Annual Gala at Hyatt Regency. You gave the closing remarks. Could you tell our viewers how this whole summit evolved and how China's contribution is?
Thank you. I think the gala is successful and meaningful. It's a grand size and a lot of distinguished guests present at this gala. And we discussed a lot of questions, issues that I think which are important both to the bilateral relations between China and the United States, and also I think important to the whole world. Just as I mentioned before, this gala provides a stage for all of the thinkers, for all of the businessmen to express their opinions, to express their expectations to the future development of the China-US relations, and also to the exchanges and the cooperation between these two countries, especially at the subnational level between our two countries. So I think it's really successful.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Acting Consul General. We have Benjamin Leong, our co-anchor, who's a Chinese-American resident of Naperville, and he would like to ask you a few questions. And we also have Shree Gurusamy joining us from the Women's Empowerment and Chief Community Officer of the Global Eye magazine.
Thank you so much. I'm a young Chinese-American, as he said. I'm curious. I was in China just a couple of years ago. I was at Jiangxi Jingdezhen. I got to see the beautiful porcelain. So much porcelain. I'm curious. If I go back to China, and I will, in the next couple of years, what can I expect there?
Let me try to answer this question because it's really hard to answer. Actually, it's so complicated because we cannot foresee, even maybe 2 or 3 years, not even to a longer term. Just for me, I just want to share an interesting story with you. When I was in China, once I was on a business trip to Shanghai, and I ordered a food delivery online. And when I opened my room door, my hotel room door, I was surprised to find humanoid robot showing up just at the room door. So that's really interesting, You can imagine that. So maybe I think in the future, maybe 5 or 10 years, we have to face a world that human and robots coexist. So I think that's the most significant change for the young generation, especially like yours. I think you have to be accustomed to that change. From all respects, from to technical level, and from the moral level, even from some a daily life, you have to get familiar with all of these changes. So I think this is the most significant change. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you so much. On a slightly more serious topic, this entire gala, this wonderful gala, a lot of discussion we've had about U.S.-China relationships, how they're stronger than ever now, but also still kind of fragile. What can I do as a Chinese American? What can I do to help with Chinese-America relationships?
Yeah. Just as the coin has two sides, the bilateral relations has also two sides. one is positive, the other is negative. So what we have to do all the time is to, control the negative factors and to promote the positive factors. I think that's an important thing to do, not only for the diplomats, but also for all walks of life, all people from, from our two countries. Not long ago, our two presidents, President Xi Jinping and President Donald Trump, met in Busan, and they had a successful and fruitful meeting there. So next, our working teams should implement the two leaders, common understandings which they have reached at Busan meeting, and to turn the common understandings into reality. I think that's the most important thing. And for us all, we have to take some concrete steps to implement the common understandings and the common consensus, and to contribute our efforts to promote China-U.S. relations along the right channel of sustainable, healthy, this China to move forward. Oh, thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. You've given me a lot to think about. You've given us a lot to think about. And yeah, again, thank you so much for your time. 谢谢.
Hello everyone, this is Shree Gurusamy from the Global Eye magazine, and I have here Mr. Ray with us, who's going to talk to us about today's event. Hello Mr. Ray.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Yeah, my name is Ray Chen, and I work for Wanshan American Corporation. I work for Mr. Ping about over 25 years now. And this gala is for the mainly just for the China Chamber of Commerce, the members. But today's event is focused on the 3A, culture and AI technology and Asian American community. And we about over 600 guests will come over across the country to celebrate the gala. This gala is the 9th gala of this group. So we have many companies even flow over from China to participate in this, this gala, and also we invite the congressmen and mayors and also business leaders from different industries to give us some insight about how to develop, or increase the relationship between China and U.S. to help, companies and to reduce any tension situation as of today. Because as the business, the group, we focus on the business, try to benefit the community, benefit the American people, and
both countries.
Yes, benefit both countries. That's our goal.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Yeah, and I see a lot of people here, a lot of business community and investors and entrepreneurs, and like you said, dignitaries that are attending. And it's an all-day event with a lot of forums focusing on AI and Asian American community and agriculture.
Yes.
So we look forward to a great afternoon session, as well as the evening reception and award ceremony. Yeah. Is there anything else you would like to say about this council?
Yeah, this council and Ping would like to build a robotic city for Chicago.
Yes.
Because robotic AI is our future.
Yes.
Now this is the time to connect all the startup companies and entrepreneur leaderships from all countries to come over here and discussion what kind of opportunity Chicago can face, and not a missing opportunity, but leading this, to become another, start point for Chicago, right? So this is what we expect for.
Yeah, thank you. And I know Mayor Brandon Johnson is going to join us this afternoon. So congratulations and good luck with the event. Thank you for stopping by and talking to us.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you. My pleasure.
Thank you.
Dear viewers, elevate your business to new heights and reach 35 million potential customers with Global Eye Digital. Contact us today at globaleyedigital@gmail.com or info@globaleyedigital.com. Let's take your business global.
Get your brand connected to 2 million readers in USA and 38 million readers in India. Global Eye Magazine, the fastest global American weekly. Our magazine dives deep into exclusive stories, face-to-face interviews, and key happenings across the USA and India, delivering content you won't find anywhere else. Advertise with Global Eye Magazine and reach highly targeted and influential audience. Contact us to book your ad space.